Hello, people. Hello, beautiful people of Rumble and wherever else this may be rebroadcasted. Broadcasting on Rumble, the home of free speech. Fucker. Wanted to talk about some of the cool, interesting things going on in the art world today. Lots of it from Art News. It's a great source if you're ever looking for what's going on in the world. Art News kind of makes sense. That a very self-explanatory website title. Let's see here. Artist Delcy Morelos wants you to listen to what the earth has to say. Certainly some environmentalist art going on there. That's always on trend. Don't forget. The world is burning and it's your fault. All right, don't forget about that. Most of the art world will try to make sure you do not forget. Let's see here. Stolen Picasso. Chagall paintings found in Antwerp basement after 14 years. A Belgian citizen in Namur. Where the hell is that? Oh, capital city of Walloon, of course, region, has offered the painting for sale. I would do that. That seems like a pretty good scheme he's got there. Steal a painting, or somebody steals a painting for you. You hold on to it for a while, and then you recover it. And like, oh my God, hey, got a Picasso here. Should we start the bidding at 2 million, 5 million? I mean, do those numbers sound outrageous to you? Because they shouldn't, given the amount of money that a lot of art goes for these days. Which is a problem I'd love to figure out, but we'll get into that in a minute. I don't understand why some of the most skilled artists of today are being ignored. This was an interesting article, though. The Egyptian government bulldozed an iconic Cairo art center with millions in art inside. So, yeah, that's kind of a thing, I guess. The Egyptian president Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, he's modernizing the overcrowded cities and built his $59 billion new capital on the edge of the desert. The government has already built over 4,000 miles of new roads and 900 tunnels and bridges as part of the project. But all that development has resulted in whole neighborhoods being razed, landmarks and all. Late August, the government began to demolish buildings in the ancient Fustat area, where many of the city's last traditional craftspeople live. At the time, Mu'attaz Nasrallah, the founder of Darb 1718, that was the name of this art facility, told New York Times the government officials had told him that the art center was slated to be destroyed to make way for an elevated highway. Oh joy. Being here in Houston with all the elevated highways, I can tell you what a joy it is to reduce to rubble ancient culture in the name of more lanes. And let me tell you how more lanes solved everyone's problem. Well, it didn't, actually. The highway, we have some of the widest highways in the nation, I think. Perhaps in the world. It is, probably just the nation. But it is awful. It still gets packed. It's just, when they add it on, it's like 2 or 3 more lanes. It's just 2 or 3 more lanes of idiots. It's clogging it up. It's not going to help. You need a better system. You need Here's something for all the scientists and maybe your AI. Figure out a way to make traffic lights all work together to where you only hit one red light, like on a major road, something like that. Figure it out. Come on, man. Are we really at this point of civilization and we can't get roads to unclog? Oh, you know what also used to help a lot with that? Mass transit. Railways, yeah, subways, above ground rails. boy, oh boy, we could really be living it up if more people were just riding rails, if we actually had rails that connected the suburbs to the cities. So yeah, I definitely have beef with that. I certainly have beef with highways, bulldozing ancient art, you know, ancient culture. These are things that matter to a society a lot more than some busted ass highway that will topple over and be gone within a couple decades if not maintained. So yeah, that's pretty sad. Yeah, the works of over 115 foreign artists that are worth millions were destroyed, and that bulldozers took down the center's exhibition halls and 2 workshops. Yeah. And a kind of a, I guess, ironic statement here. El Hadidi, who usually defends the Egyptian government, offered a rare bit of criticism for the Sisi regime. "We hate our history and our old Cairo," Hadidi said, according to AFP. Quote, "We want a city that will be nothing but roads, asphalt, and bridges," unquote. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of that's the message. I mean, look at this building. This was a beautiful building. I mean, there's something wrong with you if you thought a highway was better than this. You know, this is the problem with society today. It's like we have no reverence for our past and our culture and things that took lots and lots of planning and design and resources and love and care. You know, you could tell that this building, a lot went into it. It wasn't just something you just slapped together like modern highways or modern architecture. So pretty sad. That's what's going on in Egypt. Let's see here. I was looking at some art trends. Oh yeah, also just by the way, Slim moon landing live and press conference coming on 17 hours from now on January 19th at 8 a.m. Supposedly you will be able to watch I believe this is the Chinese, they're going to be landing on the moon. Where did I see that? It was on one of these scrollers. Now, oh yeah, Japan. Sorry, my bad. Watch Japan's moon sniper land on the lunar surface. Wow, Japan's coming up. And hey, who was the first who had a moon sniper? Japan. Just keep that in mind going into the future. Looking at you, Space Force. Better get your moon snipers, your space snipers together. So anyways, oh, this is fun. This is a fun thing here. Okay, so let's talk about some of the trends. Yes. Art trends. The year ahead, the art world in 2024, major fairs, trends, and exhibitions. We'll run through this fairly quickly, but top art fairs, of course, you're going to have Art Basel and, let's see here, Frieze, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Frieze, Los Angeles 2024. Frieze, I don't know. So that's supposed to be a pretty cool one. I hadn't heard of that. I'll have to look into Frieze, Los Angeles. So again, of course, Art Basel. We all know about that. If you don't, look into it. You don't know about art. The Venice Biennale, another one. You should have probably heard of that, but perhaps if you're just more U.S. art, you may not know about it. But this is the 60th edition of the Venice Biennale. The most prestigious and oldest running art biennial is set to open on April 20th, 2024. The theme, Foreigners Everywhere. Curated by Adriano Pedrosa, will spotlight artists who are foreigners, immigrants, or exiles, particularly those traversing between the global south and north. Details of the Venice Biennale 2024 have already started to be announced, including the participation of the United Republic of Tanzania. Tanzania. Okay, cool. Just making sure I got that right. Which will have its first Venice pavilion, with Australia will be represented by First Nation artist Archie Moore. Okay. Art times Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they're... Art X Lagos, I don't know how you want to pronounce that. That's a new one. So that's kind of cool to hear that something's going on in Nigeria in the art world. Certainly all those elite Nigerians who are swindling all the money from their poor country must be doing something with all that money. And, you know, so since its inception in 2016, Art X Lagos has become a cornerstone of the African art market. The fair, which hosts over 40 artists and galleries from Africa and beyond, bridges the gap between continent-based and diasporic artists. It leverages Lagos's dynamic gallery scene and the growing collector base in Nigeria across the continent. So now let's move on to some trends, though. This was actually what I was more interested in. You know, I'm always trying to figure out, like, okay, what's going on in the art world? What can I look out for? What should I be? What could I get interested in, and what kind of retardation do I want to ignore? So here we go. First off, in this article, the art world aims for more sustainability. Sustainability, eco-art, and ethical practices in the art world are expected to gain increased traction in 2024. This trend is a reflection of growing concerns about environmental issues and a movement towards a more sustainable art world. Rising popularity of artworks that focus on themes of environmental and cultural conservation, while galleries are increasingly adopting eco-friendly production and distribution processes. This shift represents more than just an economic decision. It is a critical response from a generation of artists deeply committed to addressing pressing ecological changes before it becomes too late to reverse them. You know, I could get into that. I definitely want a cleaner, less polluted world. I'm wondering, though, are any of these artists even concerned about pollution? And are they more concerned about climate change? And better yet, man-made climate change. Because, of course, the carbon they are trying to reduce is you. AI art controversies intensify. This is probably the main thing I wanted to talk about out of these trends here I found interesting. So the role of artificial intelligence, AI, in the creation of digital art continues to be a contentious topic in 2024. As AI technologies advances, its use in art creation has generated controversy about originality, authorship, and the nature of creativity. Rightly so. One particularly striking aspect of this controversy is the phenomena of data poisoning, where artists intentionally sabotage AI algorithms to challenge the ethics and implications of AI-generated art. This tension highlights the ongoing struggle between traditional artistic processes and the burgeoning field of AI, raising crucial questions about the future of art in the age of technology. I gotta say, this is pretty cool. AI art is, you know, it has its place. I think there's uses for it. I'm not necessarily threatened by it yet, but that's not to say I won't be in the future. I mean, you know, as these things continue to increase in their ability to create better quality images, it's, yeah, you know, the future is uncertain. I think there's always going to be people who respect the human quality of art, and so therefore I don't think that it's going to be the end of art, but it's certainly going to edge a lot of us out. Like some of us who haven't quite made it yet, yeah, that's bad. And I would consider myself one of them because I don't have art selling in the millions. So there is certainly a worry that, yeah, that, you know, not even necessarily that your art's going to be stolen, although that is a worry, but even worse is just that nobody's even going to hit you up for design if you're a graphic designer, or nobody's going to hit you up for painting because they're satisfied with these AI-generated images. So that's pretty sad. It's bad to me that that some people don't respect artists, and that is one of the points I will certainly need to expound upon, which is, why in the hell do you not buy art if you don't? I mean, come on. I have art on my website that's like $20, you know, prints, G-clays that are printed with high quality inks on acid-free paper, you know, made to last a lifetime. You can get that on vincentfink.com shop, as well as any other artist. Just about any other artist has options for you out there for those who don't have a lot of moolah, right? So we have tiers of things that you can buy to support artists. Why people don't support the arts, especially those of the free thinking and especially those of the right wing, I cannot figure this out. It bums me out. It makes me think that a lot of right wingers got it wrong, and that's why we're losing the culture war, because conservatives don't respect artists. And what's even more surprising and sad is that me living in Houston, an oil company, most of the art that sells here is abstract expressionist. And you guys just, it's like a lack of sophistication. I actually have to send my art to San Francisco for people to respect what I'm doing. That's pretty sad that I have to send my art to the most liberal leftist areas to get support, and I paint, you know, highly detailed stuff. You know, I draw things like this, and I paint highly detailed stuff like this. You know, I'm sending this one off to Modern Eden Gallery very soon too, and this is a kind of an Aztec surreal thing that I did here. And why do you guys not, what? It's got to all be paintings of Christ or something? Like, come on, man, give me a break. You're lame. I mean, really, come on. But, so that's a problem, y'all guys. And you need to figure it out, because we're losing the culture war. And you don't respect art. If you think AI is better than paying an artist, if you have the money to pay an artist, you should do it, okay? Let's just be real. Like, I would rather go through the checkout line and have a human have a job than do their job for them and have a self-checkout. I think we're all just being ushered into this computer does everything for us lifestyle, and it's sickening that people just go along with it, that right-wingers and conservatives go right along with it, and that y'all don't respect the arts. So I'm going to come back here in a little bit. I got a lot more to talk about, but I just wanted to make this a quick stream, and I really want to get back to work, and somebody's about to be walking through the door, and it's going to be all awkward, so I'll just come right back here in a little bit, all right? Thanks for tuning in, and come back soon, because we're certainly going to be doing more of these streams as I get more familiar with it. I really can't wait for the day that I pull up a stream and it just fires up and it goes, and we're in business. I'm still at a point where every time I try to do this, I have issues. So we're gonna keep working out the kinks, and we're gonna keep trying, and hopefully someday soon it'll all be peachy. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Also, if you want to support me as a content creator, as a artist, as a creator of culture, what art has always been throughout history, then if you think my voice has value, if you value free-thinking artists who push themselves to the limits, then please head on to patreon.com/VincentFink. You can start at the price of a cup of coffee per month and will far exceed the monetary value of your investment with art gifts. So please check it out, and thank you very much for watching today, and we'll see you in the next vid.